Life in the 1950s for lesbian and gay, bisexual, transgender people was very different than it is today. First of all, being gay was a mental illness in the 1950s. And sodomy, which is any kind of gay sex, was illegal in all 50 states. It was illegal to dance with someone of the same gender. In New York, it was illegal to sell a drink to someone that you knew was gay. You could be arrested for wearing too many items of the clothing of the opposite gender. You could lose your job, you could lose your apartment, your children could be taken away from you.
You know, most folks don't know about the Lavender Scare. Many have heard about the Red Scare, which was Senator McCarthy from Wisconsin, who was going after communists in the State Department. But the interesting part is that there was a corresponding Lavender Scare, because what happened was when he was looking into the Red Scare, he found out that roughly 50% of those initial people that were terminated from the State Department were actually gay and lesbian. And so he dug in to try to find out, well, why are half of them gay and lesbian? And so the belief was that anybody who was LGBT, and add the QIA plus for us today, would be susceptible to blackmail and give away government secrets. And so in the end, the Red Scare ended up resulting in roughly 1,000 people being separated from their careers. But the Lavender Scare, which lasted from 1950 to 1995, estimates are at around 10,000 people that lost their livelihood. So the Lavender Scare ended up having a more significant impact than the Red Scare, but publicly everybody heard about the Red Scare and the communists.
Fellow Travelers is a love story, it's true, but it's actually a tragic one, and that has to do with the historical content of it. The character Hawk, he ends up marrying a woman and hiding his homosexuality his entire life, according to the novel and the opera. And the younger one, Tim, he ends up going to the military, and we don't really know where his sexuality fits into his story.
The great part about the arts as well is that you're able to convey a message in a different way that people wouldn't necessarily expect. Everybody can relate to a love story. And then having the information as it relates to the Lavender Scare interwoven in regards to that love story can give people a different sense of appreciation in regards to the fact that it was really difficult at that time, and it was really scary, and you know, people lost their lives as well. I mean, some people committed suicide when they were outed for being gay or lesbian at the time. And so we're in a different era today, but there's still a lot of work that has to be done in regards to full inclusion. I love having the opportunity to talk about intersectionality. So, you know, growing up Black, I was never taught Black history in my schools. However, I had a Black family. So my family would teach me about my own history, even if it's not something that was taught in your schools. But the issue with folks that are LGBT, it's not common for somebody to be raised where their parents are LGBT, or they have LGBT folks in their family. And so it's commonly a history that nobody ends up knowing about and nobody ends up reading.
Fellow Travelers, the intention behind that is to connect, to make the opera much more accessible. So highlighting this important and hidden piece of history. LGBTQ people are very much a part of the opera and always have been, but the act of making it very public and making that the focus is new and important to do.
The significance of this work is that it reaches out to people who might not know history. Art has a way of sneaking up on us. It can make us care about things that we didn't know we should care about. People go to the opera because they want to go to the opera, or they go to an art gallery because they care about artwork. And when they see something that takes them by surprise, that teaches them something that moves them, they care about something that they didn't even know they should care about. So we need to learn our history, because for all the progress we've made, nothing is guaranteed. We didn't get here by chance, and there's no guarantee that we keep moving forward. So we need to know how people organized, because we may need to do it again, and we do need to do it again.